Hello everyone, this is Lakshmi Prasanna. Today I am going to explain about the what is app code and then what is appearance and what are the types of instruction formats. So on this completion of period, you would be able to know what is meant by opcode, apparent, and what is an instruction, how an instruction is represented, and what are the different instruction formats. In the last class, what we discussed now. So in the last class, we discussed the what are the different types of information representations. So there are the two types of information representations. One is a fixed point representation, and another is floating point representation. And then we know it what is a fixed point representation and floating point representation. In the fixed point representation, the decimal point is fixed at one position, either at the leftmost position of the number or at the rightmost position. So based on that, we can say it's a integer number or fractional number. That is nothing but fixed point representation. And in the fixed point representation, there are the two kinds of informations are there. One is nothing but binary fixed point representation and decimal fixed point representation. So in the binary fixed point representation, we know it. We can use the information can be represented in by the combinations of the ones and zeros. So that is the binary fixed point representation. So in that binary fixed point representation, if the number is positive number, then there is no problem in that one. Generally, we can use the one bit as the sign bit. So for the positive numbers, we can use only the zero. So then afterwards, can use the binary bits of that number. That is the positive number representation in the binary fixed point representation. In if the number is negative number, then we can represent that negative number in the three ways. One is signed magnitude representation and signed ones complement representation and signed two's complement representation. So then we know it. What is the signed magnitude is nothing but one is for signed bit, one bit is used for signed bit, that is nothing but one and follows the magnitude bits of that original positive number. And signed one's complement is nothing but same like that only. So one bit is used for sign bit, that is nothing but one. Why? Because it's nothing but it's a negative number. So only so negative number can be represented as the one and then follows the ones complement of that original number. Means that ones complement is nothing but zeros becomes as the ones becomes as the zeros. That is nothing but signed ones complement representation. And then signed two's complement representation is nothing but so we can use the one bit as the sign bit, that is nothing but one, and the followed bits are the addition of the by adding 1 to the one's complement result, then we will get the two's complement 1. That is the fixed point representation. And in that one decimal fixed point representation is also there. So decimal is nothing but we can use the digits from 0 to 9. So in that one, same as the binary fixed point representation, if the number is positive, then there is no problem. There is only one representation for the positive numbers. But if it is a negative number, then it can be represented in three ways. So signed magnitude form, signed nines complement form, and then signed tens complement representation. We know it. So what is the signed nines complement and signed tens complement? Signed nines complement is nothing but signed magnitude representation is nothing but same as the binary fixed uh, representation, and signed nines complement is nothing but we can use the one bit as the sign bit, that is nothing but 1, and follows the nines complement result. Nines complement is nothing but, so every digit of that number, decimal number, can be subtracted from the 9. So by that one we will get the nines complement of the given decimal number. And then signed tens complement is nothing but, so by adding one digit to the tens complement result, so you will get the tens complement of that number. This is nothing but fixed point representation. In this fixed point representation, we can use only one register to store the number. Floating point representation. Here, every floating is nothing but the decimal point cannot be fixed at one place. So, but we can uh, show the where is the place of that decimal point in the exponent. So that is nothing but floating point representation. This also uh, binary data, and then binary data can be represented in the form of floating point representation, and the decimal data is also can be represented in the form of floating point representation. So what is the way of representing the data in the floating point representation is nothing but, so what is the Montesa, and then e to the power of exponent. So here that is the floating point. Every data can be represented in the form of Montesa and e to the power of exponent. Here is nothing but what is the base of that number. Here also you can represent the binary data and decimal data. So if it is a binary data, the base is nothing but 2. If it is a decimal data, then base is nothing but 10. That is the floating point representation. And here one there are so many differences are there to the binary fixed point representation and floating point representation. So in this floating point representation, we should use the two registers. Here in the fixed point representation, we need only one register to store the data. But here we need the two registers. One is for Montesa and another register is for holding the exponent value. So in this corresponding registers, we can store the data along with the sign bits. And there are the so many differences are there. We already learned these differences in the last classes. Now come to my now we will start our class. So what is meant by app code and then app brand? Here, opcode is nothing but a group of bits which indicates an operation that is going to performed in the data. So that is nothing but app code. App code is nothing but simply we can say it as the that represents what is the operation was going to perform on the given data. That is nothing but app code. So here the group of bits are normally represented in hexadecimal code. Here there are the so many codes are there. So in that one we can use the to represent the group of bits of the app code. Generally use hexadecimal code called app code. And then operand. So operand is the data on which the operation is to be performed. This data normally held in registers or memory. So while you are going to the perform data, operation on the data, so then we can access either it from the registers or memory. That is nothing but opcode and then operands. So next one is instruction. What is the instruction? Instruction is a set of operations and operands. So for example, consider this assembly language instruction. So I want to add two registers, two values, a and then b. So that is the one value was placed in the A and another value was placed in the B. So add is the instruction to perform the addition operation on the to perform addition operation on the A and B values. Here that is the one instruction, add a comma b. So here add is the operation and a and b are the operands. So meaning that it adds the contents of register a register a sorry, it adds the contents of register b to the contents of the register A, and finally once the operation was over, then the result should be placed in the register A. So this is the indication. So this is we are adding the contents of B to the A, and then after addition operation we are going to placing the result in the register A. This is the instruction before instruction execution. This one. See this example before one, for the before one instruction. For the instruction, you can see the example also. Here, I want to add the register B values to the register A values, and then finally the value should be placed in the register A. Here, see this one. For example, the register A holds the value C3H. H is nothing but I told you already. So the instruction code can be represented in the hexadecimal code. So only H is nothing but the data was in the hexadecimal representation. The 2A register B holds the 2AH, and after the execution of the instruction add, the contents are modified as like this. Register, this is the register A initially, and initially the register A holds the C3H, and then register B holds the 2AH, and after the addition operation we'll see like this, C3 and 2AH. We are adding the contents of register B values to the register A values. So 2AC3. So A3 means it's A is the 10 and then 3 is the 3. 10 plus 3, 13. For the 13, we can use the D. And then C is nothing but 12, and then 2 is nothing but 12 plus 2, 14. So for the 14 we can use the E. So the result is the ED. So after the addition operation, the result should be placed in the register A. So only after the execution of the instruction, the register A holds the result EDH, and then register B holds the value. Normally, before the execution, what value stored in the register B is nothing but 2AH. So same it contains. This is the one example for the instruction. And then you can see what is the instruction formats. In generally, you we will write so many instructions. So based on which we can write those instructions is nothing but based on the instruction formats we can write those instructions. So according to the instruction formats we can execute that instruction. So it is the form in which the opcode and operands are denoted. In the instruction format is nothing but in which one the opcode and the operands are denoted. In that instruction format, we have to show what is the opcode bits and then what are the addresses bits, means that operands bits. So it varies from machine to machine. So since machine to machine, the instruction formats, so some machines can use the two address instruction formats, and some machines use the three address instruction formats, and some machines use the some zero address instruction formats. So like this, it varies. Instruction formats can be varies from machine to the machine. The instruction format is of the form. So like this, app code and then addresses. So app code is nothing but we know already uh, a group of bits and then which indicates the operation which was going to perform on the operands. And then this is the addresses is nothing but it indicates the operands addresses. So the bits of the instruction are divided into groups called fields. So this instruction address field was divided into the groups is nothing but fields. Here, fields in instruction format. So, opcode field which specifies the operation to be performed, and address field which is used to get the operands, and then means operands is nothing but simply we can say it as the data, and mode field specifies the way the operand is determined. So, what is the way to fetch the operand? So that way was defined in the mode field. And the next one is instruction types. So here the number of address fields vary from machine to the machine. I told you already. So one machine can use the three address instruction formats. Some machines can use the two address instruction formats. Some machines can use the one address. So like this instruction uh, like this, the address fields of the instruction format vary from one machine to the other machine. So, based on the number of address fields present in the instruction, the instructions are classified into the four types. One is the three address instructions, two address instructions, and one address instructions, and zero address instructions. See this one, this is the three address instructions. So here three address instruction is nothing but which consists in the instruction format we should specify the three address fields. So that is nothing but three address instructions. So these are the instructions which consist of the three addresses. So see this example. These instructions are of the form opcode. We know it means that what is the operation is going to perform, and then A comma B comma C. So these are the three addresses of the operands. So like this is the example for three address instruction format. So add is nothing but opcode. The opcode place just return the add, and then A comma B comma C. So we perform the addition of the two numbers and the B and C values, and then store the result into the sorry, we can perform the addition of the two numbers A and then B. So finally we'll store the result into the C. See this example for the three address instructions. The assembly code for computing the expression P equal to x plus y into z plus w. Here, initially we have to perform the addition of these two x plus y. Then after we have to perform the addition of these two z plus w. And then after finally this addition of the numbers can be stored in the one register, and why, because it's nothing but it's a three address instruction, and then z and then w value was placed in other register. So that is the y, because it's nothing but it's a three address instruction. So finally we have to use three address fields. So only have to use for the addition of these two. We can use the this address was placed in one memory location. This address was placed in one memory location. Finally, we get the data from those memory locations, and then perform the addition, and then we'll place the result into the one register. So here after addition of these two, we'll get the one value which is placed in one register. After addition of these two, we'll get the one result that was placed in the other register. And finally, we should have to perform the multiplication of these two, and then which was placed into the P register. So like that, we have to write the three address instruction format. See here, for this expression, we have to write the three address instruction format. For example, this is the x plus y. So this x value was placed in one memory location, and then this y value was placed in one memory location, that is capital Y. And after, so like this we can write m of x is nothing but in memory location which was specified in the instruction. So at that memory location we'll get the data, and then m of y is nothing but, so this is the memory location which was specified here. So in at that place we'll get the one more data, and perform the operation, and then placed into the a register. This was over, and then after we have to perform the addition of these two z and then w. So this is specified like this: add means app code, and then these are the three address fields: B register address, and then where it is placed, and then Z, this is the memory location address. This is the another memory location address. So these are the three address fields on app code. So like this we can specify it: m of z plus m of w, and that was after the addition of the result uh, was placed into the B register. Now register A holds the results of the x plus y, and then B holds the results of z plus w. Then after we have to perform the multiplication operation of these two. So for this one, we have to write the one more instruction, multiplication. For the to perform the multiplication of the two numbers, we can use the instruction as the mul, mul, and then this result, according to this expression, the result should be placed into the P register. So for that one, we have to write the one P, that is nothing but capital P register, and A and then B are the two registers which holds the data of the corresponding operations. So this one we can write this. Why we are writing capital A, capital B is directly in the sense these are the registers. So only the data was specified in this instruction itself. So only we can access it directly. A into B, and then after multiplication operation, the result was placed into the P register. This is about the three address instruction, and then comes to the two address instruction. So here same as the three address instruction format, but it consists of only two address fields along with the app code. So see this instruction format. App code, we know it. So what is the operation is going to perform on the data, and then we have only the two addresses, A address and then B address. See this example. MUL is nothing but multiplication operation and then A comma B. So this can be represented as the A into B. So after multiplication operation, this is the two address instruction format. So only we use only the two address fields. So for this one, finally the operation is over. That result was again placed into the A register itself. And two address instruction. Two address instruction example. Same one. So here this is the expression. For this one we have to write the two address instruction formats. P equal to x plus y by z plus w. Here we have to perform the addition of these two, x plus y. So here these are the memory locations addresses. First we have to get the data from the corresponding memory locations. So here why, because is nothing but in the instruction format we can represent only the two addresses fields itself. For that one, x move a comma x. Move is nothing but transferring the data from one place to the other place. So we can use the instruction move, move. And here x is the memory location. So whatever the data is there in the memory location x, that can be moved to the A register. Then after add a comma y. Here A holds the data itself, not the memory location. Here Y holds the address, means that at which place we can access the data. So for this one we can add the A plus M of Y. M of Y is nothing but in this corresponding memory location we will get the data and perform the addition operation, and finally the result was placed into the A register. Same way we can perform the addition of these two also. First initially this z value was moved to the one register. So for that one we have to write the instruction move mov b comma z. So for that one m of z, so at the memory location z whatever the data is there, that is moved to the register b. Then after perform the addition of the B register and then memory location W. So add B comma W. So here B plus M of W. So this memory location you will get the data. So that data can be added to this B register value, and after this operation finally the result was moved to the register B. Now here the A register holds the value of this one, B register holds the value of this one, and those are the registers which holds the data. So we have to perform the division operation between these two register values. So for that one we have to write the instruction as like this: div. Div is nothing but division, and then ab. So for this one we can write like this: a by b. So after the division operation, once again the result was placed into the a, and then after we have to move this a register value to the p. Why? Because it's nothing but in the expression, in the given expression, so finally the result was assigned to the pv. So only we have to use one more instruction, mov, move instruction, for transferring the data from a register to the register p. This is the to address instruction. And the next one address instructions. One address instruction is nothing but, so here only one, the instructions consists of only one address field itself, and the instructions are of the form opcode and then only one address field. So here, see here, the instruction form opcode x is nothing but it's a address of the operand. See the example: add b. Add is the opcode, and b is nothing but register. So here in these type of instructions, accumulator is assumed to hold the one operand implicitly. So here in generally you can use the accumulator based CPUs. So only in before going to perform any operation, one operand was placed in the accumulator register. So here for this one address instructions, we have to assume one value was placed in the accumulator register and other value was taken from the memory locations. So for this you write like this: a plus b is, after addition operation, the result was placed into the a register. One address instructions. So the assembly code for computing the expression is like this: p equal to x equal to y into z plus w. Here x is equal to y is nothing but y value assigning to the x. So before going to that, we have to load the x to the accumulator register. So here for that one, use the load. Load is nothing but, so taking the data, not move here, taking the data, uh, we are loading the data from memory location to the accumulator. So for that one you have to use the instruction memory location. We are transferring the data from memory location to the accumulator register. So for that only you have to use the instruction load x. So m of x is nothing but memory location x stores some data. So that data was transferred to the accumulator register. And then after, sorry, this is not x is equal to y. This is x plus y. So for that one, use the x plus y is nothing but the instruction is like this. So for this instruction, to perform addition of the these two, so one now before going to perform this operation, we have to load the value to the accumulator register, then after we can perform the operation. So then after, now the accumulator holds one apparent value, and another apparent y value was placed in some memory location. So then after we can perform the addition of the two values x and then y. So for this one we can write the uh, instruction add y. So this can have perform the operation as ac plus m of y. So it adds the two values which was placed in the accumulator register and which was placed in the memory location y. So after performing the operation, the once again the result was placed into the accumulator register. Now the accumulator register holds some value. So here we have to move that data to temporarily to some other register. Why? Because it's nothing but whenever you are going to perform any operation, the accumulator should hold the first operand value. So we have to keep it as the empty now once the operation was over. So for that one, you have to store the accumulator register to the some memory location. So for that one, remember one thing: load is nothing but whenever you are transferring the data from memory location to the accumulator register, you have to use the load instruction. Store instruction is nothing but you are transferring the data from accumulator register to the memory location. So for that one, use the store instruction. So at the m of key memory location, at t memory location, you can store the result. Then after, use this, we have to perform this z plus w. So here we couldn't perform the addition of these two like m of z plus m of w. Why? Because it's nothing but it's a only one address instruction format. So for that one, before going to perform this one first operand value was placed into the accumulator register. So here, which one is the first operand? Z is the first operand. So this z operand value was placed into the accumulator. So for that one, use the load instruction, load z. This transfer the data m of z memory location data to the accumulator register. Then after, we can perform the addition of the m of z plus accumulator registers. So add w means one operand value was placed in the AC accumulator register plus another operand was placed in the memory location. So from that while you are performing the operation, so we can access the uh, data from the memory location m of w and then perform the addition of these two. The result was moved to the accumulator register, and this result was holds the m of t memory location, and this was placed in the accumulator register. So one is accumulator register, one was in memory location. Now we can perform the multiplication of these two numbers. This, like this, we can write the instruction mul t. So here one was in accumulator and another operand was present in the m of t. So between these two we can perform the multiplication, and the result was placed into the accumulator register. Then after here, whatever the result we got after these operation, how to store it into the p register. So for that purpose we can use the store instruction to store the result into the p. So write this instruction store p. Store is nothing but we are transferring the data from accumulator to the memory location p. That is the, so here m of the memory location holds the result of this entire operation. This is nothing but one address instruction. And next one, final one is zero address instructions. So these instructions are of the form code itself. There is no address fields. Means that where the operands are implicitly specified. We couldn't mention in the instruction format explicitly. That is the zero address instruction format. These instructions are executed by stack oriented machines. So in the stack oriented machines we can use this type of instruction formats. So see this example. This is the one instruction add. So our code is there. So then where is the data is nothing but, so when we can write this instruction, so if that machine following the zero address instruction format, so automatically it can use the stack. So what are the uh, top of the two items of that stack, so it can access those two items and then perform the addition operation on those items, and uh, the final result was placed into the top of the stack like this. So we can access the two items from the stack of tab and stock of top minus 1. For example, the stack size is 4, so at the stack of the top is now 4. So from the fourth location we can access one number, and then third location we can access the other number, perform the addition of these two, and what is the top of the stack now becomes the top minus 1 as the top of the stack. So at that place we can store the result. This is the zero address instruction. See this example. I want to perform the this expression p equal to x plus y and plus z plus w. This is the one instruction, this is the other instruction, and then finally how to perform the addition of the results of these two. So first we can do this one, x plus y. So to perform this addition operation we have to push these two values into the stack. So push x means, so whatever the value in the location x that can be pushed to the top of the stack, and then push y, and then that is also placed in the top of the stack. So now we are pushing the two values into the stack. Once we can push the values into the stack, then after we can perform the addition operation. So after our addition operation, that is also once again placed into the top of the stack. Now this was over. Now we can push these two. This we can push these two values into the stack and then perform the addition operation. So for that one, we use the instructions push Z. Push Z is nothing but, so this is also whatever the data was present at memory location Z, that is placed into the top of the stack. And push W, so this is also that data which was present in the memory location W, that is also pushed into the stack. So once the data was present in the stack, use the add instruction. So when you present the add instruction, this perform the addition of top of the two items, and then that is nothing but Z plus W, and the addition is also placed once again in the TOS. Now the stack presents only the two items, addition of these two, this one result and addition of this one result. So finally we can perform the addition of these two results. So for that one, once again use the add instruction TOS, so x plus y value and then z plus w value. So perform the addition of these two results, and then that is once again placed into the TOS. This is nothing but zero address instruction. So here in this class you have to learn what is meant by opcode, and then what is aberrant, what is instruction representation, and what are the different formats of the instructions. Thank you.